Hi everyone, welcome to Multisensory Monday. We have another edition of Sarah's Spelling School for you this week. Although, this week I don't exactly have a spelling rule, but I do want to talk about something that I mentioned in the video last week when we talked about spelling with C or K. I mentioned the soft sound of C. C makes the sound S before I, E, and Y. So the soft sound of C is S. The hard sound is K. The hard sound is what we talked about last week when we made the little picture of the cat and we talked about C coming before A, O, and U. So our other vowels, I, E, and Y, if C comes before them, it's going to make that soft sound. To teach this, I like to use the phrase, Center City had a cyclone. And I like my students to make a poster showing Center City and the cyclone. So I get a dark sheet of construction paper and let them cut a skyline out of newspaper. Then I give them the sparkly markers that I only reserve for special occasions, and they write the phrase, Center City had a cyclone. And then they decorate the cyclone blowing CE, CI, and CY all around the city to help make the connection of the soft sound before I, E, and Y. It's a pretty fun one. Then you want to make sure that you reinforce and practice this. If you're using Phonics First, you'll have a set of cards that come in your card pack to help practice. If you're not using Phonics First, you can go ahead and do the same thing with note cards. When students see these cards, they're only going to give the sound of the C. So they look at the vowel just to decide if that C is going to be soft or hard. So the cards would sound like this. S, 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 K, K, K. By doing a lot of practice like that, you'll notice that your students are more readily able to transfer it when they're reading and spelling on their own. Soft G, by the way, follows the exact same pattern. So G is soft, it makes the J sound before I, E, and Y. I have another phrase for this one. Gentle Ginger went to the gym. And of course, Ginger has to be a giraffe because that's an animal with the soft G sound. And you'll notice for this, I went online and I found clip art images to use to make my poster. I personally am not a big fan of drawing, so whenever I have to do an activity like this, I prefer to do it on the computer. Your students may be the same way, or they may like to use the colored pencils and the scissors and the crayons. Either way is fine. After you teach the soft G, you'll have another set of cards similar to the ones for soft C that you can use to practice and reinforce this spelling of the soft G sound, J. I hope you liked those little mnemonics and they come in handy in your classroom. And of course, I hope you check back next week for another spelling rule. Please click like if you're enjoying this series and be sure to share it with any other educators or parents you know.